Acceptance is a quality trait that will be a very, very important one for you to reach your goal, which in the next series of videos for me is sharing the research on how to become more confident, more independent, more empowered, and more motivated towards what we truly want, not being a victim anymore, not blaming anybody or anything if our life is currently not the way we want it to be. So it is just a current situation. So let's start with the big one, with a challenging one, or let's continue with the big one and challenging one, and acceptance of things as they are right now, people as they are right now, yourself as you are right now. And when we are accepting things and persons around us and ourselves the way we are, it gives us another level of empowerment because now we have a starting point. If we live in denial, we can never grasp what is because we don't sit down and we don't admit to ourselves, these are the areas of my life that are going well, these are the areas of my life that are not going well. Sometimes it's one area of our life we want to improve, sometimes it's all health, relationships, career, finances, and then others, contribution, spirituality. But basically, if you look Maslow's hierarchy, is once we have the basic needs met, food, shelter, and then contribute love and belonging, then we move towards spirituality. But then again, everyone is individual. So about acceptance, it is considered to be one of the highest ways of living, a highest evolutionary way of living. So if you're into evolution and into enlightenment, acceptance is a big one. And it doesn't often happen overnight because life continues to go forward, things are changing, new challenges are coming our way. We might have some new traumas that we didn't expect, and then rather than fighting against it, it is about accepting it. So even though it is challenging to be accepting, it is something that will make a big difference in your life. When you come to a place of realizing that it is an illusion that you have control over people, over your spouse, your partner, over your children, over your family members, over your you know boss or employees or colleagues, neighbors. And it is an illusion that we have control because not one adult person really likes to be controlled. So if you are competitive, this could be a good one. So if you're a competitive person, you can take this as a challenge and really see how accepting you can be towards yourself, towards others, and accepting is something that is very valuable. So you accept things as they are, and then you have a starting point to move forward where you want to be. So things that I did and I can highly recommend to do is to research people that are accepting. So do you have someone in your life that you know is accepting of things as they are, people as they are, and then ask them, how do you do it? What are your life attitudes? What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about life? And then also remember this, if in your life there's something reoccurring you're not happy about, there's a high possibility that if you are able or were able to solve your problems, you would have already done so. So acceptance brings also humility and moving away from our pride and ego, realizing if I really could change my life and create the results I want, I probably would have already done so. So then acceptance brings with it also courage and bravery to ask for guidance, to ask for help, whether it's someone in your life that is a role model and is living what you want to live. It could be a teacher, a coach, a therapist, it could be a family member again that you trust, and only work with people that you feel will give you wings, will listen to your story, not judge you, but also not leave you in your victim story. So they won't give you too much time to complain and not act on it. Because this is the thing that will make the difference. You can have a little complaining, whinging session for a little while, and then start moving towards changing it, because complaining about things won't change anything. Things that worked for me, and I know worked for people that are really close to me, are mind coaching, neurolinguistic programming, humanistic neurolinguistic psychology, hypnosis, emotional freedom technique and matrix re-imprinting, any other therapies that will bring you a sense of empowerment, independence, and mental clarity. So sometimes it's just a coach that has figured it out and can share with you steps. This is how you can do it. This is how you can reach your goals. And there's a lot of information to reach anything you want to reach. So figure out how can you be more accepting, because once you become more accepting, life becomes easier because you don't get triggered by events that you cannot control. And this is what we wanted to achieve. We don't want to be triggered by events, by people that will make us feel angry, aggressive, sad, anxious, jealous, critical towards ourselves and towards others. The ultimate goal for inner peace and for satisfaction is when we have emotional control. So figure out, research, how can you get more accepting? Work with someone, because if you already knew how to solve your problems, you would have already done so. So have the courage, because I really, really, really believe that asking for guidance, asking for help, and moving into a place of humility, saying, you know what, maybe I don't know everything, maybe I haven't figured certain things out. Can you help me? That is a character trait of someone highly brave and aware and willing to work on themselves. And then research, again, books, radio shows, seminars, develop yourself. One book that I've read many times and I've listened to the audiobook 100 times. I would always listen to it when I drive and when I would travel to championships for my sporting competitions is Psycho-Cybernetics by Dr. Maxwell Maltz, which is a scientific way of changing our self-image, of creating the person that we want to be. So that's a very awesome, very interesting book that I highly recommend. Whether you're into reading, whether you're into audiobooks, that's a really awesome one. And if you really want to work in depth, if you want to catch up for a short chat, see if we can work together, it will be my honor to be your coach, to be guiding you to get your level of acceptance, to remove anything that's holding you back, to create a life and the results that you truly want. So find me on Facebook, Miliana De Mori, on Instagram, and let's have a chat. I wish you a beautiful evening and accept, accept, accept.